Hey, what's good, everybody? Coming at you, no edits on this one. We got a couple things to hit here. Kind of all news related. We got the new update, and we've got the Hydra. Let's start with the Hydra. I know a lot of information coming out for this one, but just gonna hit real quick on the information here. Are you prepared to face one of the toughest, most tactically demanding challenges in Raid Shadow Legends? Hydra slithering steadily towards the release, so we prepared a little preview of what you can expect. This beast of a boss and all six of its mighty heads. It would take literally hours to review all the possible Hydra head combinations, so we've covered it all under a video. So let's see what this details tab kind of hits and see how it's going to operate here. All right, so I'm not going to give you all this good stuff. You can obviously see the verbiage here. Champion's been used. So some of the information we've already kind of hit. You'll see. We'll go through the update here if you haven't seen it already. When you go into the clan section, there's a couple different areas that it comes up. Four heads at the fight at the time. Some of that information has already come about with the previous updates. The switching affinities, we know that once you chop a head off, it can come back. It can eat you, and then once you chop the head off, it'll spit you out. If you don't chop it off in time, it will literally eat you. So if it swallows you, you can get your champion back. We kind of know that. So again, it kind of leaves that exposed neck. It is a clan boss situation, so it is available in the clan boss section. Okay, so always be another two heads. So it's gonna grow back, and we'll get another affinity here. Regardless of which head grows back, it will have new serpents, which will buff until the end of its first turn, reducing all damage it takes. Consumption. Hydra eats people. Okay, so we kind of talked about that. It'll be marked. Okay, so then we got the markings of the digestion up here in the skills. So that's kind of important. That's a little bit of a new one. Again, taking too long, it'll digest you if you take too long to chop the head off. Okay. So again, they're going to talk generally about each head. This one targets the least HP champion. Passive skill messes with your healing. Also have their max HP reduced. Rotten Ward, bring up a life barrier. Okay. Then gives it a shield-like temporary HP barrier for several turns. It can be bypassed. It can't be bypassed or removed. Damage will break. As a bonus, you'll break the barrier first. It will stun the head. Okay, that's interesting. Decapitation effect. The thing that happens when HP hits 0. Very handy heal. Your champions heal 30% of their HP, then recover half the max HP. Okay, cool. Head of Decay has a passive that reduces all incoming AoE damage by 10% of the Hydra heads. Every Hydra head has a passive, so you can expect all of your AoE damage to be reduced by 40% or more. Oh, man. Head of Torment. Affect the chance to place a fear. Okay, so this is the one with the fear. Against all champions with fear or true fear. Curse Storm is an AoE that hurts way more if your champions are under a bunch of debuffs. Taking it down can be complicated. Automatically applies an unblockable, irresistible true fear debuff on champions that attack it unless they have a perfect veil. Bringing cloakers that can cleanse is important. Head of Torment, Decapitation effect cleanses all fear and true fear debuffs for your team. Okay, so Decapitation is very important when it comes to cleansing and healing and all of those natural buffs, debuffs that those heads create. There's 2 AoEs for the Head of Blight, Dripping Jaws, and Leeching Blight. Leeching Blight applies 5% poison. Okay, so this is going to be a poison head. And if they have Leech on them, 3rd skill, Blinding Smog, new buff called Poison Cloud, which makes all incoming hits count as weak hits and blocks all poisons. Okay. This head is weak to fire. It takes double damage to HP burns, and if a head is under HP burn, okay, it takes double the damage. Best of all, and you kill the Head of Blight. Its decapitation deals huge damage. Okay, and if you can use Affinity Breaker sets to bypass. Okay, the new gear is very important. And then we have the tank. Head of Suffering. Basic attack is simple. Crippling Jaw lashes out at your champions and puts weakened debuff on them. Thirst of Pain puts allied protection on all other heads. Provokes your champion with the highest critical damage. It basically tries to rob you of your main nuker. And then Share Suffering is where the Head Suffering gets its name. It places a new debuff Pain Link to one of your champions, which causes them to take 50% of all the damage that the Head of Suffering takes. Yikes. This debuff can be cleansed or countered with block damage or high resistance. Passive Almighty Suffering increases all heads' resistance by 50, and even worse, its AoE damage reduction boost by 30% instead of 10. While using this thing, live AoE damage is reduced by 10, crippling 60% if you include passive from the others. Once decapitated, though, your entire team gets a shield equal to 30% of their max HP, which can seriously come in clutch if used at the right time. And then the Head of Mischief, the Viper Pit, Head of Mischief, default attack, Thieving Jaws. Most buffs, then steals all those buffs along with it. Second attack, Spoils of Mischief, spreads the pilfered buffs into all of the other heads. Killing can be quite challenging. With its Almighty Mischief passive, the Head of Mischief, 75% of redirecting all incoming attack. Wow. The only way to prevent it is placing a Hex. Though the damage will be reduced, it's not hopeless. Your champions can resist the Head of Mischief by stealing the buffs. They can remove those buffs from the Hydra if they get spread around, or you can also block buffs on this Slithering Thief. Goes for your buffs. It will be removed instead. The Head of Mischief decapitation effect causes all other heads to lose 100% of their turn meter, which is awesome. Okay. And then we got the Head of Wrath. Main damage dealer. You won't like this one. Default attack is pretty standard, hitting all champions hard and putting 50% decreased attack debuff on everyone. Either block, cleanse, or resist that debuff if you want to keep your damage up. Does something unusual, makes itself a target. Furious Roar provokes with a 50% increased attack. Sadly, taking damage known to this head, every time it gets a hit, it builds up and stacks its vengeance. When it stacks 15, it activates Wrath, Almighty Wrath, which gives a block debuffs and reflects damage. The new super strong buff called, you guessed it, Vengeance, which quadruples its attack. Then hits you with all of that quadrupled attack, and still has Vengeance for its next turn on top of that. It won't build up stacks on its counter while Vengeance is up. You'll want champions who can deal massive damage with single hit skills so that they can minimize the number of stacks. As healers and buffers can't put your entire team under block, the Head of Wrath's decapitation effect then deals heavy damage to the rest of the Hydra. Significantly increased if you can kill the Head of Wrath while it's under the Vengeance buff. Okay? And that's it. Well, that's a lot to intake. A lot to remember, but I definitely didn't want to, overload. You're going to have to watch this many, many times. You definitely have the new gear. And again, no expert here. Just wanted to come at you with a quick information. More for you guys to go check that out. You'll probably have to take copious notes and rewatch it many times, probably in the middle of the battles and such as each head comes up until we get used to the information. Yeah. Okay, then we got the update. That link takes you to here, to the patches, some ups and some downs here. All right, patch version 5.00. Obviously, we got the Hydra update. It's in the map. We'll show you that here in just a few. It's kind of cool looking at the map. It's really, really cool. It will start Wednesday, December 8th, tomorrow, for those in the United States, or 1300 UTC time. Time will vary slightly for each clan. Again, it's a clan boss, but it will be within that time frame. Again, we've got all that information. Again, rewatch the videos. We'll probably have to rewatch it time and time until we get used to it and understand the rotations, get used to substituting. But very, very important here. Some cool information. Again, some ups and downs. I think more ups than downs. So very, 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 very important information with this update. The rotation in the head selection and each head's affinity. Hydra works in a monthly rotation and weekly reset cycles. Every month, for the Hydra's total available heads will be chosen as the starter heads for that month. The 2 remaining heads will be chosen as the substitute heads for that month. Each head will also be assigned an affinity for that rotation. In every Hydra battle that month, the 4 starter heads and 2 substitute heads and their affinities will be the same. Okay, so every month everything will be the same. And every month it will change, but every week it will cycle. So players will then fight the Hydra across weekly cycles to win Hydra chests. You will need 1 Hydra key to fight the Hydra, and you'll receive 3 Hydra keys per week. You'll be given your 3 Hydra keys every Wednesday, which we got them today when it was introduced. Again, slightly varying times. Clan will be given the rewards in the form of Hydra chests. When they get them depends on the outcome of the week's battles. If the Hydra is damaged but survives, each contributing clan member will receive 1 Hydra chest according to the damage that they dealt individually. If your clan defeats the Hydra, your rewards will be doubled. Again, it is a clan boss, not an individual reward. Very, very important. Yeah, my clan, again, if you watch my previous video, we got spots available, all right? Cleaned house a little bit. Activity, not so much size, but activity. If you're active, hit me up. Comments. Check me out. Each champion can only be used in 1 Hydra battle per week, so you'll need to utilize your entire collection if you want to master the Hydra. Each champion can only be used in 1 Hydra battle per week. It's going to make things interesting. Clan members must work together to deal damage to the Hydra. Each clan member fights individually, but their damage scores are added together to wear down the Hydra's HP. Once the HP has been fully depleted on any given difficulty, the next difficulty will be unlocked. Okay, so that's important. I don't think we've been introduced to that just yet. There's different difficulties to the Hydra clan boss. Different difficulties. Again, it's a clan boss. Rewards, Hydra chests and artifacts sets. Won't get too busy into that. There was a huge video about the artifact sets, but you guys can look into that. They look outrageously crazy with the stats that are available for them. Yeah, crazy sets. Hopefully the whales don't take advantage of all of us lower folk. So other changes outside of the Hydra. There's a champion rebalance for Inquisitor Chanel. Decent champion. Very, very decent champion. So this is kind of the lower end news. So the A1 Weekend Revenge for the Ascended portion. If there are multiple champions in the team with that skill, only one champion counterattack will activate. They added immunity to the petrification debuff to various immunity skills throughout the game, typically alongside immunity to stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, along with multiple other skills that affect multiple crowd control debuffs. So they added immunity to the petrification debuff to various immunity skills throughout the game, typically alongside immunity to stun, sleep, so on and so forth. Weaken debuffs and strengthen buffs now affect the damage from bomb debuffs. So again, we kind of assumed that bomb was going to place a big factor with the introduction, and what's the other one? Yeah, I can't think of it right now. I'm not going to waste any more time trying to recall my memory here for you folks. Reduce the tappable area on the chat icon in Hydra battles. Not sure exactly what that's going to mean just yet, because the Hydra is not open yet. So I'm wondering what exactly that's going to mean. Didn't pay too much attention to the video itself. Normally the chat box is right here. So I'm wondering if, because the Hydra clan boss's size, there's something wrong with the chat box, or if they completely took the chat box away. I'm not really sure. They're instating a temporary silver. So this is huge. This is huge and great. Instating a temporary silver cost reduction. 2 weeks starting today. They're halving the amount of silver it takes to remove and swap artifacts and accessories to give everyone a chance to test out new gear and team combinations for Hydra. Have fun. That's everything. Hydra's a huge update. Can't wait to hear what everyone thinks, so head on over to the forums and let us know. Utilize that, folks. Utilize that. Utilize your channels of communication. Let everybody know. Put it in the comments below of this video, and yeah, utilize your voice to let Plarium know, let Raid know, let your content creators know what you guys think of Hydra, what you guys think of any of the patches, the updates. If you guys are seeing issues with things that they've added. Again, patches can sometimes cause issues, and they can sometimes be amazing. So if you guys are noticing anything whatsoever, let your voice be heard. Don't hold back. Be respectful, but don't hold back. All right. So I think outside of showing you guys what the map looks like. So it's in the clan boss screen. It doesn't take forever for it to load. Alright, so there we got our normal clan boss. Again, here's the map. It's moving. We got a heart there that's pumping. We got an eye. It looks like a dragon eye here. We got some tentacles waving. And then, of course, the Hydra is going to be right here, not available yet till tomorrow. And yeah, that's what it's going to look like. There's some information here. If you click on it, kind of explain it. Hopefully that's going to have the same information type of setup that we have here, the FAQ, the guides, and stuff that we have for the normal clan boss. Everything's a little slow and laggy for me right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and then of course, like I said, let your voices be heard. Yeah, man, if you guys are looking for a spot, I got some openings. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and then let me know what you guys want to see from me next. And we'll wrap this one up. And I appreciate everybody's time. And until the next one, we'll see you guys then. Thanks for checking this one out. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and peace.